With all the changes that has been implemented by the IRCC recently and in the past months for international students in Canada, the question is, does it still make sense for you to study in Canada? And this is exactly what we are going to talk about in this video. Hello everyone, this is Rice and this is
Rafael,
and this is QuestCanada.
QuestCanada.
First, let's break down some facts. There is more restriction on international student cap, higher proof of funds, which had been doubled, provincial attestation letter implementation. Even masters will be needing provincial attestation letter, post-graduation work permit restrictions, and of course, the cost of living and tuition is always on the rise in Canada.
So in short, Canada is not closing its doors. It is just implementing some restrictions. But if we are going to compare Canada to other Western countries such as the US, the United States, the UK, and Australia, Canada is still lenient. There is still a clear pathway for permanent residency.
If you had been following the news, guys, all these rules and stricter implementations on international students are more designed towards PGWP aligned programs. So these are programs that are under DLI or the publicly listed, publicly funded institutions that offer PGWP. Now, if there is a way for you to avoid these kinds of rules and therefore provide yourself better opportunities for PR, would you take it? And definitely, if I were in your shoe, I will definitely take it. There are other options for you. For example, I have made various videos. I actually interviewed the Associate Director of Oxford, wherein Oxford offers the CCA and the ECE, which is the Continuing Care Assistant Program or Caregiver, and the Early Childhood Educator Program. Now, this with the CCA, essentially Oxford offers a guaranteed job for the students. If you graduate without a job offer, they will give you back your money. And there is no institution in Canada that does this. You can actually find this in their website. You have a job or your money back guaranteed. They also offer the ECE, but the ECE is somewhat a newer program for them. They do not necessarily say that we guarantee that you will land a job or your money back. They do not have that. They do not have that guarantee. But the thing is, in Nova Scotia, there is so much demand for early childhood educators. As a matter of fact, the province of Nova Scotia discussed with the various institutions or schools in Nova Scotia, wherein the province is asking those schools, can you help us? We need help to fill in these educators' jobs here in Nova Scotia. And that's the reason why the Nova Scotia government came up with the International Graduate Stream, wherein the CCA and the ECE are two programs that they specify. If you finish those programs, then you have a specified and direct PR pathway in Nova Scotia. Now, these programs or this school does not offer PGWP, and you do not need PGWP anyway, because with CCA, your job is guaranteed. With ECE or the Early Childhood Educator program, your job is indeed not guaranteed, but you have a job placement wherein you will do a work placement or internship with 3 to 4 companies, and these 3 to 4 companies will most likely offer you a job before you finish your program. And thereby the reason why I do not see really there is a need for PGWP. Now, if you can avoid this regulations by the IRCC on restrictions on PGWP, restrictions on IELTS, restrictions on master's degree. Now it has to be 16 months or more, otherwise your open work permit holder or your spouse will not be eligible with open work permit. Then what's the sense? Why will you gamble if you have another option where your job is guaranteed for the CCA, for the caregiver? This is a thought. This is just an idea that I believe you should consider. If there are jobs for caregivers and continuing care assistant program or the ECE programs, what should they do?
So visit questjobs.online and browse, let's say, caregiver or educator jobs.
And you will find many jobs there. We have categorized under AIP, under Nova Scotia Skilled Worker Program. AIP, essentially, we have the Newfoundland, we have PEI, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick, and we do plan to add more pathways in this portal.